This is my pyramid obelisk. And the base will be underneath all this sand. It is wonderful.
Hey everyone, the footage you've just seen is probably the only really good bit of footage that I have of finding the yellow pyramid obelisk, because I was so excited when I found it that I actually held my phone upside down and my hand covered the camera. And so most of my footage is of my hand. Embarrassing, yes. But I'm still going to do the episode because it was really an exciting day. For those of you who've been following my channel, you'll know that I've been searching for a location where there would have been black basalt stone and yellow crystalline stone. From my dream regressions, I remember seeing very early, before the other pyramids were there, a yellow and black pyramid obelisk, and it was quite a distance away from the Sphinx, which was already there at the time. And so I tried to triangulate where I thought, basically from where the Sphinx was, where it might have been located. And then, after getting a rough idea of where it could be, hired a couple of quad bikes, and we headed off into the desert. It's beyond the restricted zone, so it's not within the area that's cordoned off. So it's outside of that area because it was quite a long way away from the Sphinx, and we went in search of it. Hi! So this is my team going off in search of the yellow pyramid obelisk. Go to this mound here and have a good look. Yeah. The approach was to go to the highest parts, the dunes that were quite high, and from there have a look round to see if there was anything that matched the colour, so the black colour and the yellow colour. So looking for what remained of black basalt, what remained of yellow crystalline stone, and hopefully I was looking for also a shaft in the same area. So from this vantage point, we can see into the restricted area. The fence runs the full length around the area that they like to keep control of. But fortunately, we were searching outside of that area. Each time we got to a high point, we would stop and have a good look around to see what we could see, if we could see anything that was yellowish or black, and just kept looking, and we kept repeating this process while the sun was setting next to the pyramids, and it was extremely beautiful and very exciting along with it. So we were doing this for quite a while, going to a high point, looking round, finding the next high point, while I was trying to triangulate which direction we were going in to get a rough idea of where it should be. Then in the distance, I saw something black, so we headed over there.
Found it. So first of all, we've got the black. So they must have pulled off the black coating and done some cutting and stuff here. But and I found a couple of the yellow crystals, and but this is where I think that they pulled off the actual lower coating of the pyramid obelisk. I call it a pyramid because it was when the obelisk fell, it really was all that was left was the pyramid, but it was a big base, so it wasn't a real pyramid, but I found it!
Found it! Excuse me.
I found it! Yes?
Hold on.
So it's not a great example because if you scratch it, you can see the crystal underneath. But it's a very yellow crystal. And there, over there, must be where that they took off the lower part, which was basalt, and they just stripped the lower part. And here you'll see little bits of the yellow crystal everywhere.
And sadly, this is the point at which I got so excited. I accidentally turned my phone upside down, and my hand was holding in front of the lens. Hence, what you see now is just my hand.
See, I told you there would be black, there would be yellow, and there would be shaft.
That's the shaft.
Yes. Well, it's actually just a hole.
I was always follow her because I know she will feel something.
It's exactly as I described it. Just slightly elevated. Shaft, yellow, black. You see this yellow? But the crystal, it was much better quality. But this is the rubbish that's left.
The people who come by horse riding take the crystals always.
Yeah.
When you find any crystals, just take it away because you can sell them.
But this one, you can actually see underneath.
Yes.
There's some crystal.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes. I'm more than okay. I'm extremely excited.
The yellow's the one I have. And the black.
Yes. This is from the lower part. From the very
It's
bottom.
it's basalt.
Yes.
It is basalt.
Yes.
If you have water, you clean it, you will see it very clear.
I don't have any water.
Okay.
That's from the
Button.
lower bit, lower level.
This is a bit dangerous here.
I don't know if I'm too excited to have anything profound to say. I'm stuck for words because I found it. I want to cry. I want to cheer. I want to dance around. I want to climb down. I'm very happy. I'm so happy. There's the remains of the black pile. There's what's left of the yellow, plus what they've dug out. And this is my pyramid obelisk. And the base will be underneath all this sand. It is wonderful.
My theory about what happened to it is that it was probably quarried and the stones used in Cairo. And so I looked in Cairo for the yellowish stones, and there were plenty of places where there were some very bright yellow stones. There was only the occasional one that had that kind of crystallized look about them that could polish up and be very yellow. There was one example in the floor of the actual museum, and so I will put a picture of that up on this right now. You may remember this brief episode about what I was looking for. It was one of the first days of my arrival in Cairo, and I'd already seen a few places with yellow blocks, so I knew there was a lot out there. And of course, as the time progressed, I found that in Old Cairo there was a lot of different places that had a yellow section that could have been the blocks reused. So it was impossible to find the specific place because there were so many possibilities. And here's just a few pictures of the kinds of buildings that have the yellow blocks. Finish off this episode, it's probably a good idea to just have a look at the Yellow Pyramid obelisk and its stages through my dream regressions. So when I first saw it, it was part of Chem University and was built under the rule of Uran for the University of Applied Energy. And later, when the deluge hit, it was damaged quite badly and the obelisk was broken off. I don't know what happened to the obelisk. And what was left was like a stubby end to it. And of course, later on, I believe that it was disassembled and the blocks quarried, cut up and used in old Cairo. If you did enjoy the episode and you've managed to make it all the way through to the end, I do hope that you have actually subscribed to my channel, because there's still more wonderful and interesting things to come. So, thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time.